Oh, we've got audio. All right, we've got audio, it looks like, so hopefully we're working now. All right. Sorry about the technical difficulties there, folks. We did have some audio issues as we were getting our broadcast started. So again, thanks for joining us. To recap, we are watching a winter weather event that is going to be moving in, one on Thursday and another on Saturday. Now for tonight, things are quiet. We're looking at mostly cloudy conditions, temperatures falling down into the low to mid-teens for your overnight lows. It is tomorrow where we have the first alert day that has been issued for Thursday during the afternoon hours, lasting into Friday morning, as we'll be watching for a round of accumulating snow to move through. That is going to be having travel impacts for your Thursday evening commute, potentially lingering into the Friday morning commute. Now again, quiet conditions, but mostly cloudy here in eastern Iowa this evening. We were watching an area of snow that passed through Cedar Rapids earlier, and it has since moved to the Mississippi River and is moving out of our area. Let's zoom out a little bit. So this system that we are going to be watching that's going to be impacting our area over the next couple of days, the center of it is still up in Canada. Now we call this, the system that's going to be hitting us is called an Alberta Clipper because it typically starts off in Alberta on the downwind side of the Rockies, and then it tracks quickly off to the southeast, moves through eastern Iowa, and brings us quick shots of snow like we are going to see over the next couple of days. Ahead of this Clipper system, there are winter weather alerts that have already been issued for Montana as well as the Dakotas. Winter storm watches and warnings, winter weather advisories as well, and we'll be watching for those to likely get expanded to the southeast as this system gets closer. So let's take you through the timing on this and what you need to know with that. Tomorrow morning, there is the chance for some flurries as we go through the morning hours. Not expected to have much of an impact on the morning commute. Just, again, a few snowflakes flying around as you're driving to work and school. Those flurries continue through the morning. By 9 a.m., still seeing that across the area, starting to become a little more widespread by noon, but then it's beyond noon, into the afternoon hours when we are going to be watching for this Clipper system to move through. That's when it brings the heaviest snowfall rates. Looking at moderate snowfall through the afternoon hours. By 4 o'clock, as kids are getting home from school, that snow is going to be falling. Could lead to reduced visibilities as well as some slick spots on roadways, and we will continue to see that snow falling through the 6 o'clock hour as folks are headed home from work to wrap up their days. By 8 p.m., that snow is still falling across eastern Iowa, begins to wind down first in our eastern counties as we get towards 10 o'clock. By the time we get to midnight, snow has come to an end across all but areas south of Interstate 80. They are just looking at a few lingering flurries, but then they will quickly see that snow come to an end after midnight, and then quiet conditions for the rest of your Thursday night on into Friday. In terms of snowfall totals, we are going to be looking at a fairly wide swath of 2 to 5 inches across eastern Iowa, lighter amounts on the southern and northern periphery of that heavier band, but something to keep in mind with this system is that models have been struggling a little bit with coming to an agreement on where exactly this system will track, and as a result, where this heaviest band of snow is going to fall. So with that in mind, make sure you're checking back for updates to the forecast as you wake up tomorrow morning. Justin Roberts will have the latest, and we will have the latest throughout the day tomorrow leading up to the start of the snow on where this heaviest snow band is expected to fall. Any slight northward or southward shift in the track of this system could also shift where that heavier band of snow falls to the north or to the south. But again, generally looking at a 2 to 5 inch swath where that heaviest snow does fall, and that brings that system to a close by the time we get to late Thursday night into early Friday morning. We get a break on Friday. Then the next system arrives. It's another Clipper system. This one is expected to move in as we get into Saturday. Starting off during the morning hours, you'll see those light snow showers moving through. By 3 o'clock, that snow is going to be ongoing across eastern Iowa. By the time we get to 9 o'clock, snow is moved out. Now you'll notice with this system, the current forecast has the southern half of the viewing area seeing more of an impact from the snow than the northern half. But again, keep in mind, there is time for that forecast track to shift a little farther north or a little farther south. So what you need to know and what you need to do is check back for updates as we go through the end of the week and then into the weekend. We will of course keep you up to date on the latest information as we get it, as well as any changes and shifts in the track. As we get closer to the weekend, we will also issue our first snowfall forecast for that Saturday snowmaker. As that system moves through for the weekend, we're also going to be watching for some cold air to be working its way in. By the time we get to Friday, it's already going to be chilly out there, but then bitterly cold air pushes its way in as we get towards your weekend. Now, this is going to be some of the coldest air of the season that we have seen so far. Compared to where we should be at this time of year, by the time we get to this Saturday and Sunday, your high temperature is expected to be as much as 25 to close to 30 degrees colder than normal. So it will be bitterly cold. You'll notice a fast rebound and us getting a little bit warmer than normal by the time we get towards December 17th, 18th, and 19th. So there is some relief on the way, but that's not before we deal with, again, those bitterly cold temperatures. Your wind chills will be in the teens and single digits for Thursday and Friday, below zero for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and Sunday morning does look to be the coldest of those days, with a wind chill currently expected to be as much as 25 degrees below zero. So again, make sure that you are staying warm and consider staying inside when those bitterly cold temperatures are moving through, which does mean this weekend. Of the next 3 days, 2 of them are first alert days as we watch that pair of snowmakers move through for Thursday and for Saturday. Again, at this point, we know a whole lot more about Thursday's system than we do Saturday's, but we will keep you up to date with the latest as we learn more on that Saturday system. Beyond that, there's that cold air moving in. 7 degrees for your high on Saturday, 4 for your high on Sunday, and then 3 nights in a row of below zero temperatures. Saturday night, the coldest with a temperature of 10 below. But then that rebound that you can see as we get towards next week, we are going to be watching for temperatures to eventually creep back up above freezing, and our overnight lows not terrible as well, getting back into the teens and 20s, much closer to where we should be at this time of year. So again, generally a summary of what we are expecting over the next couple of days as that pair of snowmakers will be moving through. The first one will be ongoing 24 hours from now, that second one moving through on Saturday. We will, of course, keep you up to date with the latest, not just through our newscast, but through streaming shows as we have done tonight. And then we will, again, keep you updated throughout the weekend on that second system, not to mention the cold air that follows. Thanks so much for everybody that watched tonight. Hope you all stay warm, stay safe, and have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday evening. Thanks for watching.